Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. About a month ago, I put out a video called the NBA 2K21 MYPLAYER Builder, and basically I put out a tweet on Twitter and I asked for your suggestions about what you'd want changed on the builder for the next 2K. And a lot of the feedback I got in that video was incredible. I mean, almost 500,000 views, people saying, 2K really needs to take a look at this video because a lot of the stuff in here is facts. So I decided I might as well make a part 2, take some of the YouTube comments this time, and put a tweet out on Twitter again saying what's the biggest change you want to see next year when it comes to player creation. And of course, since it's put out on social media, a lot of the feedback was top quality stuff, like my boy Kenny Cha right here saying bigger butts. But in all seriousness, a lot of the comments I got on YouTube and the responses on Twitter were actually really good ideas. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and also answer what I asked. What's the biggest change you would make to the MyPlayer builder for 2K21? Comment down below right now, but let's get right into it. So after I put the tweet out asking the question, I responded and I said, I have a lot of ideas, but for me, it starts with the archetype names. The name of an archetype should differentiate it from all other archetypes. I hate that we can have the same archetype, but made with completely different pie charts. An archetype name, or the name of a build, whatever you want to call it, should easily distinguish what that build is capable of doing. But this year, it's not the case. For example, you can make a quote-unquote slasher. That's the name of the archetype, a slasher, with 6 or 7 different pie charts, and each of them obviously have different Hall of Fame badges, different attributes, but yet they all have the name slasher. The same goes for facilitating finisher, playmaking shot creator, glass cleaning lockdown. The names go on and on and on, and you can make them with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different pie charts, and they're all completely different builds, but they all have the same exact name. It makes absolutely no sense. For 2K21, that has to change in my opinion. Next up is a YouTube comment from the last video I posted, and it's from a user named Pioneer, and he says the ability to refund things like animations or clothes, even if you can't get all your money back, at least half the VC would be enough. Now, I see this all the time when I ask about the next 2K, and it's kind of for good reason, man. Listen, let's be honest. They make a lot of money off of this game between VC, my team, all that type of stuff. They make a lot of money. We waste a lot of money on new builds, deleting builds, not getting refunded for it because there's only 10 slots for players. Animations that we don't even want anymore, clothes that we don't want anymore, things like that. Even if you could just get half of it back, it would be nice. But honestly, is 2K ever going to do that? I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably not. But hey, we'll see. Next up, my boy Frank, my boy Void the Goat, he said custom pie charts with a percentage system and no quick draw. So no quick draw is just a badge, obviously you want removed. But the first part, custom pie charts with a percentage. This was, I believe it was a TikTok video. I saw it on Twitter. I don't really use TikTok. I don't know about y'all, but I saw it on Twitter. And basically someone was saying they got early access to 2K21, blah, 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 like every year, some, fake leaks and stuff like that. I don't know if it was fake or not. It's not confirmed, so I don't know. But basically what he was showing us was the player builder is similar, except now, basically it's custom pie charts. You can put whatever percentage you want into each attribute. And then on top of that, depending on how much percent you put into each category determines how many badges you can get. I believe he was saying it was 2% per badge. So if you had 40% in finishing, you could get 20 finishing badges. So you'd, kind of a little more customizable pie charts, and it would also control how many badges you could get, determining, depending on how many percentage points you put into each category. So interesting idea. Is that actually true or not? I have no idea. I'm not saying it is. I'm not trying to clickbait you or anything like that, lie to you. I'm just saying what I saw because it relates to the tweet that my boy Frank put out. On to the next. The next one, all my guards and ball handlers are going to love. This is from Sid67. He said, would love to see us be able to put our own moves together. No more one package with 5 different moves. Let us have control over every aspect of our moveset. No Pro 2 crossover having 8 different animations. Each move separate and totally customizable. Okay, so if you understand what he's saying, I have an image here. I'm not sure who made this image. Okay, I believe it was CB Chillin', Laker fans boy. I'm not exactly positive, but I found it on Twitter, and it perfectly describes what Sid is talking about. So let's take a look. So this is an example of what it would be like. When you're in your animations, you're on your size up package, you could choose custom and there would be an edit button next to it. This is actually a beautiful illustration of what we're trying to explain here. All right, so you would click edit to customize your size up package, and it would give you all the animations from your size up package. So your rhythm size up, your size up crossover, your size up between the legs, your size up behind the back, Hezi with the ball hand, Hezi with the offhand, and size up escape. Right now, every package has a preset for all of these moves. If you were able to customize it, it would open up a tremendous amount of possibilities for how people play the game, and it would be nice because not everyone would be using the same exact moves. So right now in 2K20, as the year went on, it was like everyone constantly was changing size up packages to whatever became the meta. You know, this one's better for crabbing people, this one's better for speed boosting side to side around screens, etc., etc. So everyone was using the same thing for the most part. When I say everyone, I just mean the majority. Obviously, I'm sure some of you, I wasn't using that size up. Okay, bro, good for you. I'm just saying the majority of people. This would allow people to put on exactly what they want. If they want, you know, Curry's Hezi, but Kobe's rhythm with AI escape, etc., etc., you could customize it completely. I'm 100% for this idea that Sid just presented. Absolutely amazing. On to the next one. We have YouTube comment, allow us to have personality option to dictate the way our players acts on the court. Now, the reason I put this in, it's not that big of a deal, honestly, in terms of gameplay, but it's just a nice feature. And the reason I really wanted to put it in was because this used to be in the game. I don't know if they completely removed it or they just never added it into Park, but I remember playing like 2K11, 2K12, like association mode or whatever they called it, basically like My League. And you know, like Westbrook would have expressive personality. Kawhi would have, I forget exactly what it would call, but basically, you know, like kind of a shy personality. And I don't know if it's still in the game. It probably is, but it was never added to Park. It would be cool though if we could add it to our MyPlayers, you know what I mean? Give them a little bit of flavor at least. Another YouTube comment from my last video was from Official Clay. He said, fluctuating 99 is fine for losing, but constantly winning and dropping overall because you don't touch the ball enough is the issue. I completely agree, because some people, they play on a lockdown build or they play on a sharpshooting lockdown build, etc., etc. If your role is to defend and spot up and shoot, if you do that, there's going to be certain games where you don't get shots because your man doesn't play any help defense. If he's just hugging you, you're doing your job by occupying your defender. But in this game, you're still going to lose overall because the game's going to see like, you know, you weren't responsible technically for the win, but you're playing your role. You're playing good defense and you're spotting up, occupying a defender. If your defender helps off you and your teammates dot you, then you're going to get shots. But if you're just a, you know, 3-and-D type of player, you're doing your job even if you're not getting shots, but yet you'll still lose your 99 overall in this game. So that is definitely something they should look into. If they want to keep the fluctuating 99 system, that's fine, but the way it works needs to change because people are winning games and still dropping overall when they don't even play bad. Next up, Tyler commented and he said something that I have been reiterating all year. Non-shooting builds shouldn't be able to shoot. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Anyone that's been around my channel knows I've been preaching this for months. But basically, quick summary, it ruins the entire balance of the game. If you can make a lockdown with a 53-pointer and yet you can still shoot 80-90% from 3, what's the point of making any other build? You might as well be the build that gets 30-40 defensive badges with 99 lateral quickness and all that stuff because you can still shoot 3s. If that build was a liability offensively and he wasn't able to shoot consistently, then people would actually have to make a decision. Is it worth it to have the great defense but not be able to hit consistent open shots? Then people would start to have to make different builds. But as long as lockdowns and non-shooting centers can shoot 3s consistently, it's always going to be the meta. Next up, MJ the Great commented on my last YouTube video and he said, this is interesting. It's one thing we should talk about that y'all haven't. I feel like they should bring back double takeover. This really made the game fun, made our 2K players not feel so one-dimensional. Now, I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. I agree that it definitely made the game fun, but I also agree it took away, I can't even say it took away the skill gap because in 2K20, the skill gap isn't super high anyways without it. But if you add double takeover into 2K20, obviously we're talking about 2K21, but I'm just using 2K20 as an example right now because that's the game we're playing. If you had double takeover, there would be a lot of even more cheesy stuff that builds would be able to do. Think about it. Playmaking and slashing takeover at the same time, that's automatic blow-bys every single time. And if they run back, you just do a snatch back, get an ankle breaker, and then it's basically you get an ankle breaker, it's almost automatic green. So, I agree, it definitely makes the game more fun, and I can't say I'm against it, but at the same time, there would be a lot more stuff that's going to be broken, which none of us really want to deal with, so I don't know. They would have to find a way to work it in and make it work. But listen, There's so many promising things on the horizon for 2K21. I'm excited to actually see what they come up with. Anyone that's watching this video, that watches my videos, you guys know I love making new builds. So we'll see what the builder's going to be like. Whatever it's like, we're going to find some crazy, unique builds. We're going to find the NBA player builds in case you want to replicate those players like I did this year with LeBron and Kobe and Westbrook and all those guys. So listen, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Comment down below what you guys would change for the 2K21 builder, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.